Why don't you just disappear? My daughter Kayla's words dripped with hatred. My wife Lisa barely looked up. Honestly? She's right. I didn't yell, didn't plead, just walked out. Now, less than 24 hours later, my phone won't stop buzzing. 13 missed calls from Lisa, 5 from Kayla. They wanted me gone. So why are they desperate to get me back? I met Lisa 5 years ago. She was charming, independent, a single mother to a teenage daughter, Kayla. When we married, I thought we'd become a family. I provided, supported, tried to bond with Kayla, but she never accepted me. Cold stares. One word answers. Lisa always brushed it off. She just needs time. Time never changed anything. If anything, Lisa started mirroring Kayla's resentment. The house never felt like home. I was an outsider in my own marriage. Then came the breaking point. One argument too many. One cruel sentence too far. Why don't you just disappear? I did. But now, as my phone buzzes with missed calls, I wonder what's changed. And why do they suddenly need me back? The fight started over something small: dirty dishes left in the sink. But in this house, small things always turned into war. Kayla rolled her eyes. Not my problem. Lisa barely looked up from her phone. Just do them yourself. It's not like you do much around here anyway. That stung. I worked long hours to keep this family afloat, yet in their eyes, I was just there. Invisible. A little respect would be nice, I muttered. Kayla scoffed. Respect? For what? Existing? That's when she snapped. Why don't you just disappear? Her voice was sharp, dripping with hatred. I looked at Lisa, expecting her to intervene. Instead, she smirked. Honestly? She's right. We'd be better off without you. Silence. Heavy. Final. Something in me broke. I didn't yell. Didn't plead. Just turned and walked upstairs. I packed a bag, clothes, essentials, nothing more. As I zipped it shut, I expected Lisa to stop me. She didn't. I walked out. No goodbyes. No second chances. The weight in my chest was unbearable, but something told me I was making the right choice. That was last night. Now, as I stare at my phone, 13 missed calls from Lisa, 5 from Kayla, my stomach knots. They wanted me gone. So why, less than 24 hours later, are they so desperate to get me back? I didn't answer the calls. Not yet. Instead, I sat in my motel room, staring at the ceiling, letting their words replay in my head. We'd be better off without you. I had sacrificed so much for them. Late nights. Extra shifts. Biting my tongue every time Kayla threw a tantrum or Lisa dismissed me like I was furniture. And for what? To be discarded like I never mattered? My phone buzzed again, another call from Lisa. Then a text. Lisa, come back. We need to talk. I exhaled sharply. Now they wanted to talk? Then another text, this time from Kayla. Kayla, just answer the phone. That one made me pause. Not because of the words, but because she never texted me. Ever. Something wasn't right. I scrolled through social media, half expecting some vague post about how their deadbeat stepdad finally left. But instead, I found something else. Lisa's Facebook page had exploded with comments. A sinking feeling settled in my gut as I clicked on the latest post. It was a desperate plea. If anyone has seen my husband, please tell him to come home. There's been a misunderstanding. We love him and need him back. Misunderstanding? They told me to disappear. I scrolled further, and that's when I saw it. A name I recognized. Lisa's ex-husband. Kayla's real father. Commenting beneath her post. Maybe if you treated him better, he wouldn't have left. But don't worry, I'll step in. Always do. My pulse spiked. Kayla's father had always been a shadow in our marriage, never fully gone, but never present either. A man who breezed in and out of her life when it was convenient. Lisa swore she was done with him, that he wasn't a threat. But now, he was back. And he saw my absence as an opportunity. My phone buzzed again, Lisa, calling for the 15th time. I clenched my jaw, gripping the phone. Were they panicking because they missed me? Or because they realized they'd pushed away the one person who actually stayed? I didn't go back. Not yet. Instead, I let them stew in their own mess. I ignored the calls, the texts, even Lisa's desperate voicemails, her voice cracking with forced regret. We need to talk. Please, just come home. She wasn't sorry. Not really. This wasn't about me. It was about him, Kayla's father. The moment I left, he swooped in. And now Lisa was scrambling, realizing that I wasn't so replaceable after all. I needed to know just how bad it had gotten. So, I waited. Watched. Lisa didn't stop at calling me. She started reaching out to mutual friends, neighbors, anyone who might convince me to come back. That's when I made my move. I called her mother. Lisa hated involving family in our problems. But her mom, Diane, had always seen through the facade. She was old-fashioned, blunt, and not a fan of how Lisa handled things. When she answered, I kept my voice steady. Hey, Diane. I left the house yesterday. Have you talked to Lisa? A pause. Then a sigh. Oh, honey. So you finally had enough. Finally. Like she'd been expecting this. She's been blowing up my phone too. And you know why? That man, Kayla's father, he's back. And she let him in the house. I closed my eyes. There it was. Lisa told me he just stopped by. That it wasn't serious, I said carefully. Diane scoffed. Then why is he sleeping in your bed? My grip on the phone tightened. She's panicking now, Diane continued. Thinks you won't come back. And honestly, I don't blame you if you don't. My blood was ice. Lisa didn't even wait a full day before replacing me. And now that she realized he wasn't the man she'd built up in her head, she wanted me back. No. She wanted stability back. Security. Me back in my role as the quiet, dependable provider. But I wasn't that man anymore. I had a choice. I could storm in, demand explanations, let my anger explode. Or I could be smarter. Make her feel the weight of what she'd done. So I crafted a plan. I texted Lisa back, finally breaking my silence. I saw your post. You're right. We need to talk. But not at the house. Meet me at the diner on 5th at noon. A neutral location. Public. Somewhere she couldn't manipulate the situation behind closed doors. She responded immediately. I'll be there. Perfect. Because I wasn't coming alone. I arrived at the diner 10 minutes early, choosing a booth near the window where I could see her pull up. Lisa was never punctual, but today, she was already there waiting in her car, gripping the steering wheel like it might steady her. Good. Let her sweat. I stepped inside, and the moment she saw me, her face twisted into something desperate, almost rehearsed. She reached for my hand as I sat down. I didn't let her. You ignored me for a whole day, she accused, her voice shaky. Do you know how that felt? I let out a short laugh. Not angry. Just done. Do you? That shut her up. She exhaled, trying a softer approach. Listen. I was upset. We both said things we didn't mean. No, I corrected. You meant it. And you didn't just say it, you proved it. You let him in, Lisa. Her eyes darted around, panicked. She wasn't expecting me to be this calm. It was a mistake, she rushed out. He showed up, and I. And you let him sleep in our bed. She flinched, lips parting in shock. Not because she was caught, she already knew that. She just didn't expect me to say it out loud. Her gaze flickered past me. That's when she saw who I'd brought. Diane. Her mother. Lisa's face drained of color. You think I'd let you gaslight me into coming back? I said, leaning forward. I wanted someone here to hear the truth. Because I'm done being the only one who sees you for what you are. Lisa opened her mouth, maybe to argue, maybe to cry, but Diane cut her off. How could you be so damn stupid? Diane snapped. You had a good man, and you threw him away for that? Lisa's hands curled into fists. You don't understand. No, I do, I said, voice steady. You thought I'd come running back because you needed me to. But Lisa. I don't need you. For the first time, true panic flashed across her face. Diane shook her head, disgusted. You made your bed, Lisa. Now lie in it. She turned to me. Let's go, honey. I stood up without hesitation. Lisa reached for my wrist, one last attempt to reel me back in. Wait, just listen. I met her eyes, holding them for one final moment. You told me to disappear. I pulled my arm away. So now? You get exactly what you asked for. Then I walked out, leaving her alone in the mess she created. Lisa didn't follow me out. She just sat there, stunned, realizing for the first time that I wasn't coming back. Diane and I walked in silence to the parking lot. I could feel her watching me, waiting to see if I'd crack, if I'd have second thoughts. I didn't. Proud of you, kid, she finally said. Took you long enough? I exhaled, shaking my head. Yeah. Took me way too long. But I wasn't done yet. Lisa thought she could have it both ways, push me out, pull me back when it was convenient. Now. I'd make sure she felt what it was like to be truly alone. I drove straight to the house, not to talk, not to argue. Just to take back what was mine. When I walked in, Kayla was on the couch, scrolling through her phone like nothing had happened. She barely glanced up. So, you're back? No, I said simply. I'm here to pack. That got her attention. She frowned. Wait, Mom's meeting you, isn't she? She said you guys were fixing things. I let out a quiet laugh, shaking my head. She lied. Kayla's mouth opened slightly. Maybe she expected me to roll over, to let things go like I always did. Not this time. I moved through the house quickly, grabbing my important documents, my laptop, the few things I actually cared about. I wasn't leaving anything behind for Lisa to hold over me later. Then I did something that would make sure she felt my absence every single day. I went to the safe. The one Lisa never paid attention to because money stuff was my thing. I took my name off everything. Bank accounts. Bills. The house. The car. Lisa wanted me gone? She could keep the mortgage by herself. She could pay the utilities. The credit cards. The loans. Every bit of comfort she took for granted? Gone. By the time Lisa came home, I was already loading the last box into my trunk. She looked relieved at first, probably thinking I'd changed my mind. Then she saw the folder in my hand. The paperwork. What? What is that? She asked, her voice unsteady. Divorce papers. I held them out. And a gift. I took my name off everything. The house? The bills? All yours now. Her face crumbled. Wait, you can't just. I can. I cut her off. You wanted me gone, Lisa. Now I am. Enjoy. Kayla stood in the doorway, silent, watching her mother unravel. Lisa's eyes darted to her. Say something. Kayla just stared. And then, softly, she muttered, You told him to disappear. That was the final blow. Lisa's face collapsed in defeat. I didn't stay to watch her break down. I got in my car, started the engine, and for the first time in years, I drove away free. I didn't look back. Not once. As I drove away, a strange feeling settled over me, not sadness, not anger. Just relief. A weight I hadn't even realized I was carrying was finally gone. For years, I had been fighting for a place in a home that never wanted me. Bending, compromising, settling. And for what? To be treated like an afterthought? Not anymore. I checked into a new place, a small apartment, nothing fancy, but mine. Signed up for a gym. Went out with old friends I hadn't seen in years. Bit by bit, I started rebuilding, piece by piece. Lisa sent a few more texts. Some apologetic, some angry. I ignored them all. Kayla never reached out. But I heard through Diane that things at the house weren't easy anymore. Guess they finally understood what it felt like to be left behind. Me? I was finally moving forward. Funny how life works. They told me to disappear, and when I did, they realized too late I was the only thing holding it all together. Some people don't appreciate what they have until it's gone. But by then? It's not their loss. It's your freedom.